Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. I'm Adam. A bit ago, my local gaming store had what they call a used gaming auction, and generally the idea being people can bring in old gaming stuff that they no longer want, whether it's role-playing game, miniature gaming, board games, whatever. They bring it in, the store collects it for like a week, then like a week after that, they do like online silent bidding, and then a week after that, for people that won't be able to go, they have like over the weekend a few events where you come in and it's like an auction and you essentially bid on stuff, and whatever the money it makes, the store keeps the money and gives the person store credit, so it keeps a good cash flow for the gaming store, which is really great as far as a gaming store trying to stay in business. It means people are able to get, newer gaming stuff when they no longer want their older gaming stuff. If they stop playing one game and want to get a new one, it enables them to do that. And on my end, it enables me to get some cool stuff. Now, most of the stuff is used, but some of it's not. Some of it was stuff that was sort of liquidated from a store. And this is actually something I got, the Game Master Toolkit for Iron Kingdoms, which is a tabletop RPG based on War Machine, which I have some friends that sort of do play War Machine. I've played a game, and it was fun. The setting seems kind of cool, and I've sort of been keeping my eye on getting the Iron Kingdoms rule book for a while. I haven't yet, but I got this, which was I think originally some $20 or $30 for $1, because there were several of them in the auction, and by the time it got around, anyone that had wanted one no longer did. So I was like, $1? And no one outbid me. So, I was like, great deal. But, it did allow me, now I have the first part. I gotta get the rules now. But I've been looking at getting them for ages. So by the time I do, I'll be ready to run a game, because I'll be the one with the Game Master kit. Kind of hole on the side. There it is. So, let's check out this Iron Kingdoms Game Master Toolkit for Full Metal Fantasy role-playing game. It's Privateer Press. Alright, well, we have this sort of flap that gives the cover. In here we have this. Nope, I don't need that. It's essentially a Game Master screen plus some other goodies. Here are character sheets. It is a pad of character sheets. Just seeing that looks sort of like, it looks like almost more like the Horde's damage track, actually. Although here, this one, alright, so I guess you use both. So it does work a little bit like the game. That's like a War Machine damage track. That's like a Horde's damage track. So maybe it has both in the game. The worlds do coexist, of course. But that is just, these are nice, almost, a nice laminated, almost like that sort of plasticky kind of paper, like a heavy paper, I guess is what I'm trying to say. For your character, or whatever, uses some of the same symbols, ranged and melee weapons. So that's cool. Well, I don't know a huge amount about it, as I haven't actually read the rulebook, but I am gonna love having some nice character sheets. And there are several of these. These are kind of plasticky. This you could probably do like a wet erase marker and clear off afterwards with the character health trackers. Alright, so we have that in that side, and we have more goodies in this other side of it. Game Master encounter sheets. So this has a lot of the life spirals. Then whatever, essentially creature 1, name, notes, their vitality and status effect, initiative order, some notes. The back has whatever gear and upgrades for some basic whatever trample, slam, push, etc. Spots to put weapons. Essentially setting up a battle. It gives you sheets to do it. I may never use that. I don't know. I haven't seen the game. Maybe it's really useful. A lot of games, though, I don't bother. And this should all be, yeah. And then, like before, initiative tracker. Essentially the player's name. Oh, that's cool. Like, so you could set them out in order with their initiative number. And it has their basic stats, what as the game master you would need to know about the player. That is cool. Usually I'd call it like a player record sheet. So, game master screen is 4-fold, and I'll show you this in the bigger camera later. But let's just start on the back. But yeah, results of combat section, where they have whatever stuff for injury, temporary effects and rules, fear, constructs on undead, the deviation table for whatever, I guess, you know, attacking ranged kind of thing, general information for combat, including whatever, the page, it just gives you the page for grapple for quick reference. Did the same, I guess, over here for that. Whatever, it gives magic and the various page numbers for magic, range and magic attacks, melee attacks, and a lot of them do have that page number. It is your, you know, even where it's not giving the full rules, it gives you the reference. That's great. I don't usually use much of a GM screen, though I have been considering doing so lately, just for some of those quick rules. What page each of the skills is on, basic results and pages for medicine, climbing, forensics, science. Skills continued. For sneak, streetwise, swimming, deception, jumping, and then rules for you setting a target number for the rolls. And it gives player actions. What a character can do, initiative, movement, quick actions, forfeiting, feat points. So, yeah, that's a nice, I mean, that's a big one. That's pretty nice. With, you know, and art on one side and the other, and then the two center ones sort of make their own art together. And it does, this is kind of weird, it has, because it has that space for those packs, there's sort of that, whatever, it doesn't go flat here, which kind of means you have to kind of keep the pads, or I guess you just get normal pads of paper, but something in there. But I mean, I guess maybe if you just keep Game Master notes, that would work pretty well to have that space for traveling with the notes all sort of wrapped up in your Game Master screen. So I guess, you know, could be useful, but does kind of make it take up a bit more space than it normally would on most Game Master screens that I've seen. But yeah, sturdy cardboard material. It does look like, you know, because I've only played the War Machine once, but it does look like it has similar rules to it. So that's, you know, kind of interesting. And in part, you know, the world looks cool. And I have, you know, friends that have encouraged me because they like the world and they like the game to get the game and run it as one of our group's primary game masters. But when I do, I do. And now I'm prepared. So, yeah, it's the Iron Kingdoms Game Master screen. If you play Iron Kingdoms and run games, Perhaps even just for some of the resources. If you can get the deal I got, totally worth it. Just for the character sheets. It would have cost more than what I paid for this, and I got other stuff with it. Just to print out that many character sheets. So, that's cool. But yeah. That was the, as I said, Iron Kingdom's Game Master screen. I know my local gaming store used to have quite a few of them. I'm not sure if they have any now. They might have just sold them all relatively cheap. But do check it out if you play the game. Otherwise, maybe if you play War Machine, maybe the game looks interesting. That's kind of what I thought. It's just, it looks like the rules kind of almost jive pretty well with the tabletop miniatures game. So that's cool. Anyways, check it out. Have a good day. Bye.